So you might be wondering, why have I left the face of the earth on YouTube in the last year or two? Why did I stop making educational content? Have I been transformed into a mysterious cat that just lives, freely on earth? Or have I traveled somewhere? I'm going to answer all of these questions here in this video with the top 3 reasons on why I took that decision. This is completely unscripted. This is going to be off the cuff. So kick back, relax, grab your favorite beverage, and let's get started. The first one is what I like to call it, the road to 100K. And the reason is that back in 2019, or actually back in 2018, is when I first created Ghost Paper. It's when I created the YouTube channel. But I really didn't do much. And it was only in 2019 that I took things more seriously. I decided to really give it a go. I decided to make some videos. And I actually started making time-lapse illustration videos on YouTube. That's how I started. I was watching Galshur. I was watching some other creators that were really posting these beautiful time-lapse illustration videos on how they would get from a sketch idea into the finished piece. And I remember back on Gal's videos, as soon as he posted, I would go there, I would put a comment on it. And I was really trying to say, hey, I'm here. I'm going to be someone, right? I'm going to make my stance as well. But really, I was getting no replies, and I was also posting videos that were getting not a lot of views. And this lasted for a while. This lasted for perhaps a couple of months until I decided to really think about what was one of my biggest lessons on YouTube, which is that you have to play with your superpowers. Instead of just going and referencing someone or going and completely copying someone, you have to go and play with your superpowers. And in my case, both of my parents were teachers back when they were practicing, when they were working. And I guess it's some transfer DNA or some gene transfer or whatever may have you. I decided to make my first tutorial video. And it did well. It did relatively well. But I then decided to do something. I bought this physical whiteboard. And I remember writing 100K really big there. And I was tracking every sort of social media platform that I was going with on Ghost Paper. So I remember I had YouTube, Instagram. I even had Dribbble in there, which was my second biggest lesson, is that try to focus on one thing first and grow and take it from there. Or you can really just focus on one thing and let the other ones be a consequence of it. So meaning that you can grow your YouTube and let Instagram, let Dribbble just be a consequence of getting followers, because you have those social media callouts on your main YouTube page. But anyways, back to the story. I remember I got this whiteboard. I wrote 100K really big there. And I decided to start a new sort of method of posting videos. I decided to post a tutorial midweek, perhaps Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. And I would then post a video time-lapse illustration always on Saturday mornings, on the weekends. And I was doing that for quite a bit of time. And it's so funny, if you ask me, where did I take this Saturday morning idea? I don't know if it was from the Saturday morning cartoons, but I really thought that Saturday morning was the hottest time that people, posting in the morning, people are going to wake up and they're going to watch their video sipping on their favorite coffee or beverage, which is really not the case. I don't know. I don't know where I had this idea, but I feel like people really want to sleep on the weekends, or they want to walk with their family. They want to walk their dog. They definitely don't want to know what's the latest and greatest on Procreate. So funny enough, I don't know what it was about, but I decided to then just post on the weekdays and choose the best day for that. So I kept posting tutorial, video time-lapse, or illustration time-lapse, tutorial, illustration time-lapse. And I just noticed by following the data, the viewership, the engagement, most of all, I was just seeing that the tutorials were just getting more engagement, more likes, more viewership. And that's when I really realized that first lesson, that you have to play with your superpowers. So I decided to post my art on Instagram, or even use my art as part of the tutorials, which was another little aha moment I had, but really talk about tips and tricks and give value to people, which is now my third and greatest lesson. It doesn't matter if you're giving entertainment value, emotional value, educational value. As long as you're giving value to viewers, you are going to grow your channel, your number of follows on Instagram, what may have you. But you really have to provide something for others to see. And it's really about like using your superpowers for that. If your superpowers are in the entertainment side of things, you will be able to make some very funny videos and really carry that attention span throughout the end of your video. So I decided to focus on tutorials, and by the end of 2019, I had about 12 to 15K subscribers, which was a really big thing for me. I remember being so happy about that. Especially because this isn't my first rodeo. I've had a sort of a music video channel in the past that was about 2K to 3K subscribers. I remember that I had like this technology channel that actually got to 10K subscribers. But really this one had outgrown them all. Like it was about 12 to 15K. So then 2020 came, and also came the pandemic, as we all know. And it was this really difficult time. But as it was difficult, I was actually in the middle of a perfect storm for that, because I remember that I also had made a long, intensive course on Procreate from A to Z, covering everything, and I had posted that on Skillshare. I had my own Gumroad sort of avenue with lots of brushes and things that you could download, and you still can for free. And I remember I had all these other digital avenues that to come along with my YouTube. And then I also had this massive population around the world who were just pretty much staying at home, don't know exactly, like we all didn't know exactly what was going on until it was just like, take your vaccines, be careful, stay at home. And there was a lot of people trying to pick up a new hobby, perhaps. They had some iPad and an Apple Pencil, so why not learn something new? And there I was with a YouTube channel full of tutorials and things for people to learn, as well as a video course. So the channel really grew in 2020. No wonder, like, the channel did really well. And also I really learned a lot of things. I learned how to make better videos. I learned how to address to my viewers in a better way, how to summarize things and make videos that really matter, that really delivered that value that I was talking about. But in fact, 2021 was even a better year for Ghost Paper. Like, the channel really exploded. The tutorials got even better. I was delivering not only tips and tricks on Procreate or what may have you as an app, but I was also delivering ideas for people to use those tips to create their own Etsy store, to make stickers and sell them online, or to make patterns. So many other ideas in animation, storyboarding, digital illustration. It was really not just an idea to learn, but it was also to put something in practice for anyone's career. So another thing happened in 2021, which is that I reached 100K subscribers. This massive goal that I had it for such a long time. If you actually take account the creation of this channel back in 2018, I got this goal. And this is why I call that my first big reason, or first big mistake, was what I call the road to 100K. There are a lot of channels out there on YouTube right now that talk about how to get from 0 to 500 subscribers, how to get your first 1K subscribers, how to reach 10,000 and so on and so forth. But I don't know, and I don't see like a lot of the channels or videos that are talking about what happens after you reach that milestone. And I know this is gonna sound so cliche and so basic, but basically I didn't have another goal after 100K. And that is because once you get to 100K, and you get this little thing here from YouTube, which I am so happy that I got mine. I still haven't put this on the wall, but I keep it pretty clean and just here in my office. Really, you get so busy once you reach a certain number of subscribers. There are videos to make. You have to think about, what are the next video that I need to make? Should I make a list? I was trying to grow things on Instagram. I was trying to make reels that also serve as TikTok videos, and all the whole enchilada you may think of. I was really trying to do it all. And with that, I forgot to think about the basic milestones, the basic goals that move you forward. I know this sounds so simple, but once you're in the middle of the hurricane, it's really hard to see that. And I really needed this time. I needed to pull back a year, perhaps a year and a half or two, to really think about what was missing, what happened, and why did I fell into this routine of having to have the next video ready, and with that, the quality perhaps decreased and other things. The second reason is about career. In fact, I don't know, some of you may or may not know this, but YouTube is not my full-time job. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I have, and I've always had a career in, I would call it advertising, but it's really about motion design. And I've started as a simple graphic designer, learned animation, and used After Effects, all the Adobe tools, and now even some 3D tools such as Cinema 4D and Redshift for rendering. And I work at a studio here in Canada called Tendril, which I couldn't be happier with the place that I work for and working with friends, longtime friends even. And I started at this place being a senior, just a senior designer or a designer and animator. And I got all the way to creative director, which now, just like YouTube, I am mentoring, I am, working with a group of designers and animators and artists in order to create a vision from beginning to end. And I'm speaking to clients, I'm presenting, I'm making presentation decks, I'm traveling, talking to clients and brands, into making their innovation the purest signal that it can be for viewers, enthusiasts, and consumers of a brand. And this is not a small thing. Humbly speaking, this is quite a bit of a job. And I just couldn't do everything at once. And especially after the pandemic was kind of 2022, 2023, the doors started to open. There was more traveling involved. And it was really hard to do it all. And number 3 is an interesting one. I'm not going to title it right now, but I think it will make sense once I talk a little bit about it. So basically, at the beginning of the channel, as I've mentioned, I was so eager to learn things. I was so eager to do things, to learn not only about the technical aspects of Procreate or learning the ins and outs of a program or any other app. I was learning about how to grow a YouTube channel. I was learning what are the best tags, what to use, how to optimize my videos, what sort of length, how to create hooks, how to create callouts for next videos for people to watch and continue learning as they watch on YouTube. And YouTube, rewards you back with that watch time by giving you more subscribers, monetization, and etc. But as I've mentioned, once your channel grows and you're still, a single person like myself doing it all, I don't have an editor, I don't have a writer, I don't have anybody shooting B-roll for me. I'm doing everything myself. I'm thinking about just the routine things. I'm thinking about the ideas. I have to think about the script. I have to record it, edit it, post, and everything. I have to say that the third one and the third big mistake, or I guess I would say the third reason, is that I forgot, as a mentor and a teacher, I stopped learning. I forgot to dream and learn more, which sounds, again, quite crazy to say it like that. But it's something that happens once you're in the middle of the hurricane, once you're in the thick of it and creating a lot of content and videos that need to come out at least once a week. I just stopped doing that. And if you open YouTube right now, as you may know, especially if you open on a mobile, YouTube has changed quite a bit. Now it's all about shorts. YouTube gives you a lot of shorts at the beginning of your scroll when you're on mobile. Even as well when you're looking on the computer, there's a whole roll of shorts. And now you have to get your videos kind of catered so that they can be small clips of shorts with callouts to your longer format video. As well as thumbnails, it was such a huge thing, and it still is today, I would say, but there's a catch. The catch is that when you just hover or you're scrolling through a series of videos on your mobile on YouTube, the video is autoplay without sound, and the first 5 to 10 seconds is really important. It's that place where the users may tap on your video to watch more, or they may keep scrolling. So I would say that maybe that 5 to 10 seconds is the new thumbnail now on YouTube. And I can make videos perhaps the same way I have been making, unless I fell into a different kind of niche, which is also growing right now on YouTube, off just this like off the cuff, candid, no script videos that don't have a lot of cuts. They're kind of like the opposite of what you would call a Mr. Beast video. So maybe that would work, or will work. But the thing that I want to say is that I am here and I am back wanting to make more content. I'm actually like excited after taking such a long break. And I have been studying, I've been watching things, and I believe that I have an idea of what could work, and I'm just going to try it. If it doesn't work, we can always change the recipe. But I am excited to come back. Like, I really miss some of the messages, some of the support messages I was getting, some of the sort of just like the messages I was getting from people learning something, even if it's 1%, they were getting a 1% betterment in their production, whether they're like doing now something on the iPad, they couldn't do it before, or like they were using the computer and paying some expensive software to do it before. Now they can do it on the iPad with Procreate or other apps. And I also checked a lot of the things in my bucket list. Like, I was invited by Procreate to go to London. I saw them release a new application, which was Procreate Dreams. I was there with the CEO. I was there with James, and I saw the people working behind at Savage. There were so many things that happened that was really like a big bucket list for me, that in a way, as great as it is and as thankful as I am for everything, if you don't set your goals, you may fall into this thing that I've done it and now what kind of thing, kind of mentality. So I'm super excited to try new different things, new different ways, but still deliver content, still deliver value to you guys. Make tutorials that really matter, that are interesting, and discover it all in this new journey with you. So I guess summarizing the 3 reasons. The first one was not setting goals after your main goal. The second one is that career may come into the way if you're not a full-time YouTuber. And even if you are, you need a support system, so you're not just like working within 4 walls all by yourself. And number 3, like forgetting to or stopping to learn is such a big thing, especially if you're a mentor, especially if you're a teacher, or you're learning something else, but not necessarily the tools and tricks that you need in order to continue on a platform such as YouTube. So if you stuck around until the end of this video, I really appreciate your time and just being back here on the channel. I will be making more content, so please let me know on the comments down below if there's a video we would like to watch, if there's something you're wondering, if there's a new app you like to talk about or want me to review it or to go into it a little bit deeper. Let me know in the comments, and I can't wait to talk to all of you here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.